Hi guys, so I am back with another Fic Rex. This time we're going to talk about Destiel because a lot of you guys are Supernatural fans and I know a lot of you guys are Destiel fans. So why don't we just share this love that we have for these two dumbasses who are still not together even though they've known each other for years and have obviously been in love for so long. Seriously guys, how are you guys both so oblivious? I don't know, but I'm going to talk about my favorite Destiel fics because since it's not happening in canon, you know, the least we can do is just read a lot of fics to numb our pain, right? So the first one is Tripping by Hatteress on AO3. This is my favorite Destiel fic of all time. It is so good that I literally wrote to the author to ask her if I could print it out so I could have a physical copy of it. Also, I made this myself and clearly I failed. It's very... Look, I am clearly not a person who should make book covers, but like this is the best I could do. So it's set in season 5 and the synopsis is that the entire universe has decided that Cass and Dean belong together. It might not seem like much from my poor description of it, but if you like in-character fics, which is my favorite, like, the more in character a fic is, the better is it, after my opinion. And this is really, 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 really much in character. The romance is not too fluffy, but it's like fluffy enough, which is what Destiel would be if it happened in canon, right? Like, we wouldn't see them suddenly, like, sitting and talking to each other constantly about how cute the other person was. That wouldn't be in character. And it is very in character, but it's still very sweet. There is a few smut scenes in it that are just so well written, like, you have no idea. Like, it's so good. It's so good. The next 4 on the list are all written by NorthernSparrow. I think despite the fact that Tripping is my favorite fic, I think NorthernSparrow is probably my favorite Destiel author. I have so many of her fics on my list of favorites because she's just so amazing. But these 4 are my favorite of hers. The first one is A Room of One's Own, which is, you know, once you start reading it, you think it's probably just porn without plot. There is a lot of smut in it. Admittedly, a lot of these fics that I'm reading has smut in it because, I mean, guys, I read a lot of smut fanfiction. I'm not even gonna lie there. I read a lot of smut. And A Room of One's Own has a lot of smut, but it ends up being very fluffy as well, and it's really cute. Like, the synopsis is that Dean can't get any privacy in his room and stuff. Like, it doesn't seem like much, but it's really, 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 really good. The next one is, again, from NorthernSparrow, and it's Forgotten. Technically, this is not actually a Destiel one, it's a platonic Team Free Will thing, but I never once felt annoyed by the fact that it wasn't Destiel, because, like, you could still see some Destiel in it, despite the fact that it wasn't actually there. It was very platonic Team Free Will friendship thing, which is kind of amazing already. I never felt annoyed by the fact that it wasn't Destiel. So the synopsis is that Sam and Dean forgets about Cass, like, memory loss thing. It's very emotional, and it's really, really good. Then we have the sequel to Forgotten, which is Flight. While the first one didn't have any Destiel, the sequel does have Destiel. This is basically something with Cass's wings are hurt. It's a very long time since I read it, so I can't explain it in depth, but it's something about the fact that Cass's wings are hurt and, you know, they're trying to help him. There's so much more to it. I just remember that I loved it a lot. I spent, I think, 2 days reading it because it is so long. It's like 50,000 more words than the longest Harry Potter book. It's around 320,000 words. Oh my god, is it long. It actually, I think it's the first time that it took me 2 days to read a fic because it was so long. Then the last one from NorthernSparrow is You Can Keep Holding On, which is set after the season 11 final. It's like, you know, the world isn't ending anymore and they're all technically safe. Except, you know, it's never that easy. I'm not going to spoil it for you because there is a very big plot twist surprise thing, but I am gonna say that it's very heartbreaking. It's also ongoing, so I don't actually know if it has a happy ending, but NorthernSparrow stuff usually does. Then we have The Best Years of Our Lives, My Ass. This is both AU and canon based. It's like a transported to AU thing. It's where Cass and Dean are transported to an alternate universe where they are in high school and they're teenagers. It kind of has like the best of both worlds, you know. It has the high school setting, but they are in character and like they remember what happens. They are still are Kaz and Dean. They are just in a high school, and you know, they're trying to figure out how to get away from this world, but they don't want to cause any suspicion, so they, you know, just kind of goes along with it. Then we have The Prophet Must Die. This is set after the crypt scene where Dean is figuring out some stuff about him and Cass from the help of Charlie and the Winchester Gospels. It's just really good. There's not much else to say. I really like it. Then we have Bittersweet. This one is just super adorable. It takes place in season 9 where Cass works in the gas and sip. It's after Dean visits Cass in Idaho, and then he just kind of visits him again and again and again. And then they kind of start a long distance relationship thing almost. It's really adorable. Then we have Settle, which is a season 11 fic where Kaz has PTSD, depression, and much more, and Sam and Dean are trying to help him, but it's not that easy. It's well described, and the mental illness, like, really makes sense. Like, it feels real. It's also really nice that someone are acknowledging the fact that Kaz clearly has a lot going on. Kaz was really messed up in season 11, and, like, I just feel like they should have tried to help him. Then we have 2 AUs on the list. One is Waking Up, which is a soulmate AU thing. It's in a world where on your 18th birthday, you wake up in your soulmate's bed. Kaz goes to sleep in his best friend Dean's bed, and then he wakes up the same place, and stuff unfolds. And yeah, it's adorable. It does have the thing that a lot of AUs have, which obviously not very much in character. There's not that many AUs on my list, because I'm more for canon-based fics, because they're more in character, but there, once in a while, there are some fics that I really like, and yeah, Waking Up is a really great story. So we have reached the end of this list. And obviously, I am not going to end a video about Destiel fics without talking about the most famous Destiel fic there is, Twist and Shout. This thing is so heartbreaking, and it hurts just to think about it. If you're not new to the Destiel fandom, you probably already read Twist and Shout, but I have to put it on this list because it's just painful but beautiful, and I just, it's so good. The only thing there is actually to say about it is that it's not at all in character. It didn't bother me in this one. It's really, 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 really good, okay? It's really amazing. Also, it will both ruin Elvis for you, but also kind of make you an Elvis fan. So in my city, we actually have like this Graceland copy where there is an Elvis museum, and there's also a shop where there's a lot of records, and I had looked for so long through all of the records to find one where Can't Help Falling in Love with You is on, just because I wanted it for Twist and Shout purposes of just, you know, getting sad every time I saw it. I know, I'm a mess, I'm a weirdo, I'm aware. But I couldn't find it. Then, while I was in London, I happened to go to this market thing, and I looked through all the Elvis records there were, and I found this one, Blue Hawaii, where I Can't Help Falling in Love with You is on. That song will be fucking ruined forever, okay? It will be ruined, but you will also love it. You will listen to it so often, and then you will cry from Destiel feels. Also, to give a little bit of self-promo, I actually made a video about this Twist and Shout called Twist and Shout Milkshake. Even though like the quality isn't that good because it's an old video, it's still kind of hilarious. Like, it's one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. I really like it. So I will also leave the link to that one down below, because if you haven't seen it yet, you should go check it out. I'm actually really proud of that video. So that was all for my Destiel fics. If you have any good Destiel fics, please write them down below. I would love to read them. And if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more from me. You can click right over there. You can click right there to see my last video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!